Thanks for stopping by mypaperpassion.com. Today we're going to be making a simple and quick greeting card using My Pink Stamper stamps and the Cricut Sweet Treats cartridge. My Pink Stamper stamps go right along with the Cricut cartridges, so that makes it very easy to coordinate your stamps with your card. Let me give you the dimensions of the card first. This card will be a standard A2 card, 5.5 by 4.25. The very first thing that I'm going to do before I adhere my ice cream cone, before I put all this together, I'm going to be doing a little bit of embossing because I have to emboss before I glue my elements together. So I'm going to slide this over to the side, these pieces over, and the two pieces that I am going to emboss is going to be the base of my ice cream cone and the layering piece for the top of my card. So open up my Cuttlebug. I'm using my Cuttlebug A2 Candy Cane Stripes embossing folder. So I'm going to actually turn my cone upside down, stick it right here in the folder, and it doesn't matter if I get more than the cone in there because the other parts will be covered up with layers of cardstock. So it doesn't matter if I cover it up more than I need to. Alright, so I'm going to take my B plate, one of my B plates, put my folder on top of that one. Take my second B plate, so kind of sandwiching that folder between the two plates. And then I have my A plate here. Set those two on top and straighten that up a little bit. Alright. And I'm just going to stick it right on in the Cuttlebug and give it a little twirl. Very simple. Okay, so there we go. So I have a little texture now at the bottom there. I'm also going to be embossing my layer piece here, and I'm going to be embossing that with a polka dot A2 folder, and this one is actually by Cricut. It's not a Cuttlebug one, but the Cricut folders, they fit in the Cuttlebug and they work just as fine as the Cuttlebug ones. And I'm not going to emboss the entire one, this entire piece of cardstock, because I want to have my stamping down at the bottom. So I'm going to leave about an inch or so of the cardstock out. So like that. Alright, so I've got that in. Same thing like we did with the other one. Just give it a crank through. And out it goes. We'll start putting the card together. So I'm going to be using my mono adhesive to attach my my layer piece, and before I do that, I always forget to do this. I'm going to be putting some ribbon on here. Just going to get my little ribbon box out. I just have to show you this. I found this today at Hobby Lobby, and it is the cutest little ribbon box. I love the zebra print, and it has a little floral top to it. But you just put your ribbon right on in there, and it's perfect. So I'm going to bring that down, and I want to find some ribbon that matches my card, the teal here, and this teal is actually Stampin' Up, taken with teal cardstock. So I want to find which of these ribbon matches it the best, and I think this one does. And I got this ribbon. This is the two-sided ribbon that Hobby Lobby sells in their floral department. It has the wire in it. Comes in lots of different colors. So I'll just cut just enough ribbon here. Okay, so I'm going to put it right here where my embossing stops. I'll start my my ribbon there, because my stamp that I'm going to be stamping on here is not very big, so I don't need too much room at the bottom. I'm just going to put that on there, flip it over, and tape it. I'm really bad about using too much tape. Okay, so now that I've put my ribbon on here, I'm ready to adhere this layer to the actual base of the card. And I'm using mono adhesive. There. Alright, so just adding this to the base. There we go. That piece is on there. Move that up a little bit because it's just a little bit crooked. There we go. So that's my base there with my layer. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my ice cream cone together. And I just want to show you the ice cream cone that I use for this one. This is again the Sweet Treats Cricut cartridge, and I'm using ice cream cone number 6, found on page 35 of the booklet. And this ice cream cone has a couple of different parts that you have to cut out. You have the base, which is the brown piece that I embossed, and then you have 3 different layers to cut out. It's very simple. If you have any questions about it, just go ahead and shoot me an email at mypaperpassion@gmail.com, and I'll be sure to answer those questions for you. Alright. I'm using my Zig glue pen for this because the pieces are kind of small for this one. Oops. So I'm going to start with my first layer to my ice cream cone, which is this piece here. The pink that I use for this layer of the ice cream cone is Regal Roses in the Stampin' Up cardstock. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator, so if you want to purchase any of the products that you see me use in this video, just go ahead and shoot over to my Stampin' Up website, and you can order right online now, so you don't have to meet with a demonstrator or anything like that. You can just go ahead and shop right online for that. And that's the Regal Rose cardstock. My second one here, this is also a Stampin' Up cardstock, and it's taken with teal. Isn't that pretty? It reminds me of an ice, what do they call, Superman ice cream cone. Okay, now the last piece is supposed to look like a dripping of the ice cream cone. And I'm going to use my Quick Stick by Cricut. I love this thing because if you have like little small pieces like this, you can just easily pick them up with a little stick and place them where they're supposed to go. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on. And this is another Zig pen, and this is the one that has the ball point, like a ballpoint pen. I always use this for little tiny intricate pieces. Okay, there you go. So it's just supposed to look like it's dripping off of the cone there. Okay, so I have my ice cream cone now put together, and I'm going to add this to the top of my card using dimensionals. And I use, a lot of people use pop dots, but they're actually called sticky doos or something like that. They're called, I got them from Hobby Lobby, and they work just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and add probably about 3 dimensional dots on the back of the card. Go ahead and put that right on. I'm deciding if I want to, I thought about doing it like that, but I think I'll do it straight up and down. Okay. That is very cute. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Alright, so that's what we have so far. Now to finish off my card, I'm going to be using my pink stamper, Simply Sweet Occasion stamps. And the pink stamper stamps are really, they're a nice, sturdy, durable stamp. They're not, you don't get a lot of the stretching that you get with some of the cheaper ones. I've taken my stamp off the pack, and I'm just adding it to an acrylic block. I'm using my chocolate chip classic Stampin' Up pad from Stampin' Up, and as I said before, if you want to purchase any of the Stampin' Up stuff, go ahead to my website. Just going to stamp that. Oh, sweet wishes. Okay, last but not least, many of you who have visited my blog and see my projects, you know I always have to add a little bit of bling to my projects, and I'm going to do that using stickles today. This stickles is called Fruit Punch. So there you have it, Sweet Wishes card, and using my pink stamper stamps and Cricut Sweet Treats cartridge. For more inspiration, go ahead and stop over to my website at mypaperpassion.com. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.